I get really annoyed when I hear somebody telling somebody else to control their emotions. And I know when people say to control your emotions, when a therapist tells you to control your emotions, or when your parents say control your emotions, I know they mean well, but most of the time when people hear this, when somebody tells me that, I hear suppress your emotions or keep your emotions at bay. More specifically, your negative emotions like anger and sadness. What people fail to tell you is that anger and sadness, these negative emotions, can be used as productivity, as positive reinforcement towards your goals, as progression towards your pursuit. But that's step one. You have to have a pursuit. You need a productive outlet. And lucky for me, I found that outlet early on with American football. See, from ages 5 to 20, I played football, and for a kid that was as angry as me, who had the anger issues, and you could say it came from, the hard bullying. You can call it bullying, where really it's just a big brother being a big brother or a big sister being a big sister. It comes from that, but I would just pop off on people when somebody would discipline me, or more specifically, when a football coach would discipline me. So football was this way for me to unleash my anger, unleash my sadness, unleash my negative emotions, and actually get rewarded from it. It was a sport of football where I learned that you can take a negative emotion and channel that negative emotion into a productive outlet like the gym or a training session during a practice, and you'd actually get rewarded for it. It'd make me a stronger, more competitive athlete if I just learned how to channel my emotions into this outlet. The best coaches I ever had in sports growing up were the ones who just knew how to light a fire under my ass. They knew how to unlock the highest of my potential. They knew what to tell me to make me level up my game. And one of the coaches I think about specifically is Coach Cooper. See, Coach Cooper was rough on me. He was hard on me. He always was chewing me out. He was always on my back. Anytime he caught me lacking, loafing on the field, or not giving 100% in the weight room, he would make it very clear to me. He would approach me. He'd give me a good old-fashioned ass chewing. He'd tell me about myself. And it really pissed me off. And the first several times that Coach Cooper would tell me to stop jogging, stop walking on the field. Why aren't you going hard in the gym? You're half-assing it. You're not giving me your best. Anytime he would say that, for the longest time, I would try to defend myself. I go into defense mode and I would make up these excuses. The reality was I was lazy. I didn't like hearing the discipline. This coaching he would give me would really get under my skin. It pissed me off. Even though I knew it was my fault, it would just piss me off and piss me off. And one day after a conditioning session, we're doing some 110-yard sprints down the field. He caught me jogging once again. And this time, when he was chewing me out, I was like, everything he's saying, could he say it in a nicer way? Could he tell me to stop being lazy and to give more effort in a nicer way? Sure, he could say it in a nicer way, but he was right. So I decided right then to, instead of spewing my energy back at him, getting angry back at him, trying to defend myself, I would just listen to what he was saying. Take a deep breath. Accept the anger that's building up inside of me. Just let that rage fuel me and not say anything back, not try to defend myself. Just take that anger and channel it back into my training sessions, into my practices. I was like, you know what? This is pissing me off so much. I'm so tired of being chewed out that I'm going to have to do something because I'm tired of this. So over the next several weeks, I took all of that anger I had and I channeled it into my training sessions in the gym, my conditioning practice on the field. It was during the off season, so most of this was being channeled in the weight room. I was getting bigger, faster, stronger. I was trying harder than I ever could because I was tired of Coach Cooper walking up to me, chewing me out, getting in my back. I was tired of being yelled at. I was so angry. I was so sick and tired of that I just put all this into my productive outlet of training in that weight room. And one day, after several weeks of putting in work, Coach Cooper pulled me aside after a workout and he was like, "Hey, Elijah, I've noticed your improvement. I've noticed your effort on the field. I've noticed your effort in the weight room, and I'm really proud of you. And the truth is, I knew you were capable of achieving this level of potential all along. I knew I had to be hard on you to bring this level of your capability out of you." And it's like immediately when he told me that, when he told me he was proud of me, all of my anger left my body. This negative emotion was gone. And for the next several months, I was operating on just proving to Coach Cooper that he was right. It was still a little bit of anger because I was like, all right, now I got something to prove. He just told me that he believes in me and I showed him my potential. Now I have to live up to it. So I was driven by that anger to become better. And once I got better, and I got appreciated for it. I became a respected person in his eyes, respected athlete in his eyes. I wanted to hold that standard. So I did, and for a long time, that was great. The anger was just about gone, and I remember months after that hearing that Coach Cooper had committed suicide. And when he committed suicide, it was unexpected, because Coach Cooper was the energy on the sideline. He was the energy in the weight room. He was the pillar of energy on the team, man. In the weight room, when you were hitting PRs, it was him. He was the one hyping you up when you scored a touchdown. It was him. Big, jacked, mixed guy. Way more jacked than me. He was the energy. So we're all surprised, man. Like, how could this guy do this, man? And how did this happen? Like, who was wrong? What happened? We're just so confused. And, man, I remember after his funeral service, everybody started to walk around with a different type of energy, People were walking around like they had some revenge to give, even though we didn't know where to direct it. Everybody had this look of revenge and pain on their face. Everybody was like, we got to make Coach Cooper proud. So the next day just happened to be Max Day, and Max Day actually got canceled, but many of us were so pissed off, we were like, screw it, man. We're going to go work out. We're going to move some freaking weight anyways. And even though we weren't supposed to be there, I ended up hitting a squat max personal record and a power clean max personal record in the same day. Lifted more weight than I ever have in my life, and I did it effortlessly. I just had so much rage inside of me. I was just so confused and so mad and also sad. I had this complex range of emotions between sadness and anger that I didn't really know what it was, but I just knew it was energy. And instead of crying, instead of sitting in a corner, instead of asking for a mental health day and pointing fingers at everybody on the team, I just used that anger and that sadness to fuel the best workout you could say I had at the time. Got stronger than I ever had before. And when I looked around that weight room, everybody had that same exact look. Everybody had that same feeling. It was pain, it was sadness, it was rage, anger. We were furious, and we just had something to prove now. And now we all have this chip on our shoulder. So we carried that anger, that sadness, that energy into that next season, and ended up having a great season. We hit the second round of the state playoffs, knocked off the #1 team in the state in the 6A playoffs. A 10-0 team that was projected to win the state championship. We knocked them off first round because we had so much energy flowing through us. Now, this could have been a very catastrophic event that took the team out. We could have cried all season. We could have dwelled in that sadness all season, but we used that negative emotion as fuel. We directed it into a productive outlet in the gym and on the field, and we became a better version of ourselves and became a more competitive team. We all became competitive individual athletes and a better team overall because of this negative situation that happened in our life. You see what I'm saying? Now, negative emotions, they're going to come, they're going to go. Over the course of that season, we had ups and downs, but with every lousy practice, every bad workout, every half-assed day, I would remind myself the promise I made to Coach Coop up above. And I would remind myself of the pain I felt when I found out he was gone. I would remind myself of the sadness and the anger and the confusion I felt when I heard that he was gone and he took his own life. And I realized that when I played with this chip on my shoulder, I was able to tap into a much deeper, stronger, more competitive, more energetic version of myself. I played with a different level of focus and drive. My teammates felt the same pain that I did. So anytime I felt them lacking or I saw them lacking, or as a team we didn't give our best effort, I felt like we could have done more, I would remind our team of the promise we made to Coach Coop. I would remind them how we felt when we found out he was gone. I would remind them of this man we have looking down on us that was the energy on the sidelines, and how we need to repay him. We need to make sure that everything we did, all the work we put into, everything that he taught us over these years, we were able to keep long after he was gone and actually apply to not only our game of football, but also the game of life. Now, in order to take this negative emotion and turn it into a positive outlet, you have to have a purpose. Step number 1, have a purpose, a productive outlet, a desired outcome to channel this into. This can be a physical outlet like sports, exercise, some type of goal in that domain, or it can be a creative pursuit like art, business, music, something, writing, something along those lines. And whenever you feel that negative emotion coming, Take a second, 10 seconds, breathe. And when you feel yourself getting angry or sad, take that emotion and instead of trying to release it and get rid of that negative emotion with something like video games or doom scrolling or binge eating with food or absorbing some content you know you shouldn't be watching, doing things and engaging in bad habits, drinking, alcohol, drugs, engaging in these things to distract you from the negative emotions, just let those emotions live with you. Breathe, accept that emotion, just breathe it in and process that emotion for about 10 seconds. After you've accepted that emotion, I want you to just let that emotion live concurrently with your goal, with your desired outcome, with your purpose. Direct your thoughts immediately to the goal you want to achieve in your life, or the big purpose you have, or the big outcome you're looking for in your life. Direct your focus, direct your energy to that goal. Once you've accepted it, you have to direct the attention to the desired outcome you want. If not, you either self-destruct or you'll start hurting other people, whether it's with your words or with a physical altercation. Neither one of those are good. They're both bad. Self-destruction is bad. Hurting other people is bad. So you have to have a productive outlet to release this emotion into, to channel this emotion into. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as it has a clear hierarchy of goals, it has a feedback system built into it. Now, I know I'm talking like I have this complete mastery over my emotions, but the truth is, sometimes I also fold. There's times where the anger gets the best of me. There's times where the sadness get the best of me and I start binge eating or I start doom scrolling, trying to distract myself from the work I know I need to do or from the emotion that I'm feeling right now. Anytime I feel like I have full mastery over these negative emotions, my negative situations, my mindset, and I let down my guard, that's where I fold. That's where I let the negative emotions get the best of me. So the process of mastering yourself and mastering the mind, mastering the body is an ongoing process. You're never going to get to a point where you can just relax and let down your discipline, let down your guard, and stop thinking about the stuff it's going to take to make this true transformation in your life. And every time I think nothing can permeate my focus and steer me off my path and knock off my discipline and bury my goals and my dreams, my aspirations in the ground, negative emotions come. And there go my goals and my dreams. And here I am doing things I shouldn't be doing. Doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to because I have gained some level of mastery over my emotions. So it doesn't happen that often. But the times where I think I have mastery is where I'm at most risk. So don't let yourself think you have full mastery over your emotions. Practice this on a daily basis. I'm not telling you to just force yourself to just dwell on past experiences and bring up this negative emotion that you've already recovered from. I'm not asking you to do that. That would be equally destructive. I'm not asking you to walk around trying to force yourself to be angry in hopes that you can ignite or pull out some energy from a past experience or gain more energy today. I'm not asking you to do that. That's stupid. But the truth of the matter is, there's going to come a point in your life where bad things are going to happen. Somebody's going to piss you off. Somebody's going to die. Somebody's going to disrespect you. And these emotions are going to come. And I want to equip you with the tools you need to make it productive, to make this negative situation a positive one. Above all the negative emotions, if you really want to tap to the highest sense of power, positive production, the most powerful, most potent form of energy you can ever have is love. And I know that sounds cheesy, saying that love is the most powerful energy, but it is. Love of the game, love of your mission, your purpose, love of your family. If you can have a deep love and passion for something, your drive, your mission in your life, you will be unstoppable. You have to develop this love and this passion. But if you can, nothing can top that. Not even the anger and the sadness. But when the negative emotions do come, understand that if you just take the time to breathe and accept the emotion, direct it to the desired outcome you want in your life, you'll be equipped with the most powerful tool you could ever harness. Now look, if you got any value out of this video, or you just enjoyed watching, you appreciate any of the advice, any of the stories I've just shared with you, any of part of the message I just gave to you, and you want to see the entire fleshed out, more articulated version, I actually have a weekly newsletter where I share advice on how to build a stronger mindset, how to build a stronger, healthier, leaner body, how to master the mind, master the body, and become a more confident, more vibrant, happier and healthier human being. Click the link below in the description of this video. Subscribe to that. It's completely free. You'll get all of these messages I talk about in this video in a more cleaner, more articulate format, and you'll get that a day or two before I even release this video. So if you want access to that, click the top link in the description, type in your email address, and I'll send you an email right away. But other than that, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you come back to the next video.